Today is an historic day. Today, each member of the Senate will have the opportunity to cast a vote on the nomination of Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to be an Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court. I say historic because throughout our nation's history, only 115 people have served on the Supreme Court. Until now, only 5 of the Supreme Court justices have been women. Only 2 of the justices have been black, and none has been a black woman. So history indeed, and long overdue. But I'm not going to cast my vote in support of Judge Jackson's confirmation because she is a woman or because she is black. I will cast that vote because she is eminently qualified to serve in the position to which she's been nominated. Her nomination shouldn't just be welcomed, it should be celebrated. It's a major step forward for our democracy. It's further widening the lens to help make our nation more inclusive and more representative with each passing generation. She is one of the most qualified nominees of the Supreme Court that I've ever considered in my 48 years here. Graduate at Harvard and Harvard Law School, a judicial clerk at the district, circuit, and Supreme Court levels, a federal appellate judge, a federal district court judge, a member of the U.S. Sentencing Commission, an attorney in private practice. And she'll be the first ever justice who has served as a public defender, bringing that much-needed perspective to the court. No one can argue that Judge Jackson is not objectively qualified to be confirmed. And the manufactured accusations that are thrown at her by some of our committee during our hearings not only fell flat, but they've been refuted and debunked by serious voices across the political spectrum. They hold no water. They serve only to showcase the vitriol and the contempt with which some members of this body approach their sacred constitutional role of advice and consent. I said it during the hearings, and I'll say it again. It's distressing, it's disheartening, and as the Dean of the Senate, it is saddening. Yet I find hope in the fact that Judge Jackson's confirmation to our highest court will have the bipartisan support it deserves, that commands. I commend the Republican senators who have lauded her qualifications and staked their support of her nomination. Judge Jackson has earned the president's nomination, and she has earned confirmation from the Senate. Each and every day, millions of American families are living their lives, and how they live those lives, from the salaries they make to the education their children receive and scores of issues in between, directly impacted by the decisions made at the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court, in fact, all of our courts, can't be ivory towers accessible only to and bending to the will of a select few in our society. They have to be accountable to all Americans. To do so, they must reflect the diversity of our nation, the diversity that's at the foundation of our democracy, diversity of gender, of race, of creed, of education and history, but also diversity of thought and life experiences. Judge Jackson brings that and more to the bench. Mr. President, I'm proud to be the President pro tempore of the Senate, and I was proud to have chaired the Senate Judiciary Committee in the past. In that regard, I voted for the first woman to ever serve on the Supreme Court. I voted for the first Latina to serve on the Supreme Court. I voted on thousands of judicial nominations, nominees of both Republican and Democratic presidents. I voted for nominees to the Supreme Court who were put forward by Republican presidents. I've long lamented the increasing political gamemanship has affected our current confirmation process. And many times on this floor, I've warned about the dire consequences for our courts and for our democracy of converting our confirmation process into a zero-sum game where one party wins and one party loses. But to change that gamemanship requires that we have some adults in the room. That we all come here to the floor of the United States Senate not to score a headline or a trending tweet, but simply to do our jobs. There's only 100 of us to represent this whole country. So who's going to do that today? Simply do their jobs. I've taken a clear look at Judge Jackson's record. I heard her testimony 2 weeks ago. I met with her. I read opinions that she has written. I spent hours listening to her. I saw her intellect, her humility, and her temperament on full display. Mr. President, she's the justice we need now. For Americans today, for the generations to come, for our children and our grandchildren, for all of us, I will cast my vote to confirm Judge Jackson, and I'll do it proudly. And I hope the Senate can rise to this moment. I hope it can be the deliberative body the founders envisioned when they conceived of this great experiment. Our independent judiciary, in fact, our democracy, demanded of us. Mr. President, history will remember the votes cast here today. I will proudly vote aye. I yield the floor.